Hello everyone, so for today I want to show you how to use PowerPoint to create a video. So I'm going to go through the steps about how to actually record it, how to export it, and as well how to upload it online on YouTube if you don't know how to use that yet. So the first thing you need is obviously the presentation. So I'm just going to show you an example of a presentation of mine, and then I'm going to show you the process about how to do it. So the first thing that you need is actually obviously your presentation. In this case, I'm just going to use a template that I typically use to create my videos. And well, once you have all the slides ready, in this case, as you can see, they're not all ready, but I'm just going to use the first slide as an example. And then once you have all the slides ready, the next step you need to do is to actually create your notes. Now on the notes here, you have two options. If you're someone that is comfortable, a little bit like improvising, you believe that you have more energy or you feel that your presentations are better when you improvise a little bit, then my suggestion to you is just put the bullet points of the things you want to talk about on your notes, because later on you're going to be able to see those notes while you're doing the narration. On the other hand, if you're someone that during presentations you believe you get a little bit more nervous, so it's better if you actually write down exactly what you want to say. So that's what you can do as well. Just write down the things you want to say, and then you just have to read them on the narration part that you're gonna do. Now, for this part here, what else do I believe that you need? Well, obviously you're gonna need to have a clean environment. All right, make sure that there's no noise around. I know that sometimes that's hard, especially if you live in a big city, but the more quiet the environment around you is, the better it will be for your narration. All right, so let's get started now. The next step is how to actually do the narration. All right, so now on this part, I just want to show you the steps that you need to actually create the narration of your PowerPoint. And then after, I'm going to show you actually how to export. But for now, let me show you the two main things that, in my opinion, you need to know to create a good video presentation using PowerPoint. All right, so in my opinion, PowerPoint has two great tools that allow us to create a good presentation. And here we have to create the difference. So if you, for example, just want to do a typical PowerPoint narration and you just have to show the slides, then what you do is basically you go to slideshow and then you click record slideshow, and you're going to arrive at this menu. All right, so a couple of things that are interesting on this menu. So obviously on the top left corner you have the record button. This button, you click on it, starts a counter of 3 seconds, and then it will start recording the things that you say or the movement that you do. Attention that normally during presentation, even though for example my mouse cursor is on top of the slide, people would not see it. Okay, then you have the stop button. The stop button, obviously once you start recording, it will stop the presentation from continue recording. Then you have the replay button, which allows you to see again what is the things that you recorded for this slide. Then another couple of interesting things we have here, we have the notes. Okay, if you click on notes, basically to show you the things that you wrote, and that's why before I was telling you, don't forget to write down the things you want to talk about, the things that you want to say on each one of the slides. You can also increase or decrease the size if you believe that it's too small. Then you have here a button that you have to be careful. Now there's two buttons here. One clears the recording on current slide, which means that it will clear any recording you did on the slide where you are right now. And the other one clears the recording in all the slides. So to be honest, I clicked on that one a couple of times by mistake, and it's quite a big scare. You can always go back to recover, but still sometimes the first time that I created a video and click on that, I erased around 20 minutes of content, and I was really upset about it. So please be careful. Then you have the settings. On the settings, what you have is obviously the microphone. What is the microphone you want? If you have a good microphone, make sure to select it, because sometimes it will automatically select the microphone that comes with your computer, and typically they're not very good. And then we have as well the camera, so you can select the camera that you want to use. Then on the bottom right corner, you have 3 buttons. The first one will mute the microphone. All right, so that's useful, for example, if you have to cough or something and you don't want to edit the time. The second one is to turn off the camera. So for example, there, as you can see, it turns off the camera. And the third one is just the turns off the camera preview. Right now what I see is a preview, so it will turn that off, and it will only turn on the camera once I start actually recording the video. Then what we have here on the center, okay, now as I said, the mouse cursor is not showing on the slides during the video. If you want to show something, then you have to select, for example, the pen, and then you do the movement that you want on the screen. So for example, here I'm underlining quite poorly, I have to say, the title, and people would see me actually drawing that. You can also highlight, for example. You can highlight something with the button next to it, and I'm quite bad at this. And finally, you can erase the things that you did if you wish to. All right. Finally, on the left bottom corner, you have some very useful information. You have the current slide you are and the total number of slides. So in here, you see slide 1 of 8, and then you have two timers. The one on the left is the time that you spent on the current slide. The one on the right is the total time of the presentation so far. So it's quite useful information. Once you finish, so you start recording. Once you start recording, you finish the slide, and then you can immediately, you don't have to stop after each slide and then change slide and then restart recording. No, you can simply move on to the next one, and PowerPoint will make sure that the audio clip will be associated with the next slide. So this is very useful information about if you want to record this slide. Then another important part, another important tool that I like, okay, is, for example, if you actually want to show something on your video about how to actually do something. Now for that, my suggestion is insert an empty slide, and then you go on insert, and you have screen recording. Right now I'm using this function so you cannot see, but screen recording, it will allow you to basically do a record of the screen and the things that you are currently doing. This is great if you have to show someone how to do something or how you did something. And then what basically happens after you stop recording, you can just like call in the menu over here, all right, and it will stop, as you can see. Or you can simply click the Windows Shift Q button and it will also stop. So these are the two things that I believe are necessary to create a PowerPoint video, and those are very useful. I use them all the time, and if you have to create a presentation, this is what I suggest you to do. Okay, so once your presentation is done, now all you have to do is go and export the file into a video format. So let me show you how to do that. Okay, so to export into a video format, all you have to do is go on File, and then there's a button called Export, and then you have another one called Create a Video. So here there's a couple of things. Typically I create full HD video, and if you want Ultra HD, obviously you can, or if you just want HD or just standard. Now here what you need to know is, obviously the higher the quality, the more time it's going to take to process the video, and if you don't have a good computer, it can take quite a while. On my old laptop, it used to for example, for around a 20-minute video, it would take around 40 minutes in total. So, and my suggestion is, while it's exporting the video, don't do anything else on the computer, because it might really create some disturbances. Then the next button, I typically don't change it at all, okay, because it will it's already by default to use the recorded timing and narrations. So once you have that, okay, then second spend on each slide. This only applies in slides that you did not actually create any recording. So since I created a recording every slide, I don't typically, this one does not affect me. And finally, you just create video. So you click on the create video. Then you have different formats. Typically I create a MPEG-4 video. I think it's the best quality. And all you have to do then is save. And here we go. Then you'll see the progress bar down here, and it will show you basically how long it's going to take. So as you can see, it will take quite a bit of time, even though that this video is extremely small. So for now, I'm just going to cancel it. Once it's done, this bar disappears and you have your video. So now the next step is, what do you do with the video after it's exported? So the next step is, once you have the video, is actually how to send that video to someone. Well, if you already know how to do that, then I think that I have nothing else to help you in this video. But I'm going to show you now is the top 3 techniques that I typically use when I have to send a video to someone. So those top 3 would be YouTube, Google Drive, and Mega Upload. Let me show you how we use each one of those. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is to show you how to upload a video through YouTube. Now in this case, I'm gonna upload a video that I have here. I just made a copy because I uploaded that video before, and I just want to make sure that I upload a new one, that I can delete later since I'm not going to need it. So the first thing, that once you have your file, you basically go on YouTube and it should show something like this. All right, and you click on the picture over there at the very top that you have, and then you click on YouTube Studio. Right, so once you reach YouTube Studio, then you're gonna have a couple of things here. Okay, so this area, it just tells you about the latest uploads that you did and some of your statistics. So for example, this is just to show how sometimes statistics mean nothing, because here my views increased by over 1000% since this video is only 63 views, but because I have so many little subscribers, it means basically nothing. But anyway, to upload the video, what I typically do is I create the button, I go to the button here that says create, I click on it, and then I click upload video, and you get here. So then you just click on the video that you want, you drag it on top, and that's it. And the file is now uploading. All right, so it will be uploading here and then it will process. So a couple of things that you have to do. My suggestion is put the title of the video that you want here, put a couple of description, a little bit of a description about what you want to do. If you about what you're doing on the video, sorry, you can also have a thumbnail. So in other words, a picture that will show when the video is either the video is just displaying as a picture, so not playing. And typically what I do, for example, is like you can create an image on purpose just for that, like I did there, and I upload it there. Then if you have different playlists, for example, you can create different playlists over here. So for example, I'm gonna upload this video on the folder called other. All right, so this is a playlist that I put the files that basically I don't want people to see. Since this is just an example, this is perfect. Then you have to click on if the video is for kids or not. So typically this is obviously normally my videos are for university students, so I just click no, it's not made for kids. All right, you have more options you can also see, but one of the things already that you can do check is that you have over here the file, the video link. So this is the link that you can copy and basically send by email to the person that you want to see this video. So to copy that, you just need to click here, and then obviously you just go to your Outlook or to your email address and just send that link to the person. But we're not done yet about uploading the video. Now you need to click next. All right, now while the video is processing, then it will allow you to add a couple of other things, but since we don't need that, I'm just going to click next. And finally, one of the important things is, do you want your video to be seen by everyone, to be able to be searched for on YouTube? So if you click public, then everyone can see that, anyone can search for your video and find it. If you click unlisted, then only people that have the link that is over here would be able to access this video. And finally, if you click private, no one besides you can see the video. Even if they have the link, they would not be able to see it. So typically, if it's just a private presentation, you can just click on on unlisted, and therefore only the person you send the link to would be able to see that video. Once you're done, you just have to click save. All right, so what will happen is currently the video is processing, and once it's done processing, it will stop. This window will disappear and your video is now on YouTube. As you can see, it's quite simple. Now the second option that I typically use is to use Google Drive to send the video. Now this one is very simple. I go on my Google Drive, for example. Typically I create a folder just for this. Okay, so I'm just going to call it videos to send to students. All right, so where is it? Here we go. So we have my video to send to students. I go on that folder, and then it's very simple. All you have to do is pick up the video and upload it directly. Just drag it to the window, and now it's uploading. Once it's uploaded, then you can simply right click on the file. Since this is a small file, it should be relatively quick. So once the video uploads, all you have to do is to right click on it. You're gonna have an option to share a link, or to get a link that it will allow you to basically share the video with. So let me just show you now is how that would be done. Okay, and here it is, the video. Now for example, I just right click, get shareable link, And then if you go on email and you just press Ctrl V, there it is. And with this link, people would be able to get the video. As you can see, this is much easier than using YouTube. For the ones who just want to use the video once, this is the best way. Or if you believe that the person that you're sending the video to wants to be able to download the video, and unlike YouTube, this method allows you to do so. Alright, so now the last option is Mega Upload. This is great if you have a very big file that you need to send and you don't want to upload it, for example, on YouTube or on Google Drive. How it works very similar. You go to megaupload.us, for example, you register, and then you just have to upload the file you want to send. You get it, you right click, and once again you just get a shareable link. Alright, and you can actually set some definitions. You can say when will the link expire, if it needs a password, if it allows people to edit it, and so on. Once you have that, you create a link and you just send this link just like before. Alright, and that's the free options that I have for you in terms of sending your video to your students or to the people that you need to send the video to. Alright, so with that we learned how to create a narrated PowerPoint, we learned how to insert screen recording, and we also learned how to export that presentation into a video, and finally how to upload it online and how to send it to other people. Okay, so now that that is done, if you have any other questions, please leave it on the comment section below and I will answer them as soon as I can. And if you have any other ideas of things that you would like me to create a video about, just let me know and I'll do my best as well to oblige to that request. Thank you very much and I'll see you next time.